Yes, ma'am.
So they call you a love poet. What's your thoughts on love?
Well, I think sometimes love comes into our life in many, many different kinds of ways, and it's unpredictable. You don't see it coming. You don't see it going sometimes, and I think the best thing to do sometimes is to embrace it and hold on to it, because it's, special, and keep it close to you and in your heart. Call upon it when you need it, and just keep it moving, because the world keeps moving, and so do we. Okay. I am Epiphany Castro, and I'm here to talk about The Alchemist, which was released just a few weeks ago, April 1st, 2011. I call it my baby, my newborn baby that took a little over a year to be born. The Alchemist began in January of 2010, and I originally went into the project thinking it was just going to be an EP, maybe 5 or 6 songs to follow up Soulflower. And when I originally went to the producer Smoke Measy's studio, I had a lot of pieces that were very, very dark, and I suppose that was just where I was at that time. But as time passed, my mind changed. At that time, I didn't even know that I was going to call it The Alchemist. I thought love lived forever. I thought the 12th of never could never describe, nor could I ascribe the immense definition of what it meant to love you. Even if I chop down 1 million trees so that I may make handmade paper and lay love's ink upon its blank reflection, staring back at me, I could write until I took my last breath, and I would still have nothing left until I transitioned to the next plane of my next lifetime. Maybe God would have sweet, sweet mercy on me and erase the memories of you, and maybe I'd be free. Speak about why I do call it that. Alchemy's core meaning is taking something of little value and making it into something of great value. And so when I decided to title my album, because nothing I do is random, nothing, I think about things all the time, I thought I made something out of nothing. And when I say that, I'm speaking of myself. And sometimes sorry isn't enough. Apologize for raising my fingers southbound. I apologize for licking my lips after tasting you, and I suck you like a lifesaver, 'cause you are my lifesaver. I apologize for not wanting to shower. Your scent remained upon my skin all day, staying awake so I could watch you sleep, breathe, lay. I apologize for thinking of you far, far more than I should, scenting my body with Jamaican punch just because I could. And I had a very, very, very turbulent year in 2010, and as a result, things moved and changed in my mood and my writing style. I wanted The Alchemist to be a more concise project. I wanted it to be a concept of growth and balance and harmony and storytelling. And I think that's what I did. And once there lived a tree, planted firmly in soils fertilized with love. Passerbys would often reply how beautifully her fruit dangled from her limbs. She gave off the fragrance of devotion and bruised easily. Smiling through her leaves, she offered her fruit day after day, as she knew she would quickly replenish. After all, she was fortified with certainty. As I said, it began in January. I threw away 99% of what I recorded in January, and when I returned in June, I wrote a lot of new things, and Smoke and I decided that these were the pieces that would indeed go on the album, and they did. So this time around, recording was a little bit different, as he was very familiar with what I like and what I want, and so it was a much shorter process. The Alchemist on my end was recorded in 2 weekends, and I think the reason why this album is different than Soulflower, I think on Soulflower I just was trying to express everything. The first time I was called nigga, I was 13 years old in a bowling alley in Mobile, Alabama. Stunned, shocked, disbelief, I was like, huh? My prepubescent brain worked fervently in that moment, trying to grasp onto the verbiage that had been hurled at me. Excuse me? I asked gingerly. He said again without a second's hesitation, nigga. He did not blink. It was as natural as breathing, and I felt like leaving, yet even as I was a hippie-ass Berkeley, California flower child, I stood my ground. Sir, I just want my money back. The machine took my money and I didn't get my soda. Smirking, he ignored me as I was clearly invisible. Again, I was like, huh? See, I'd heard it, I had read it, and I'd even seen it, but I had never, ever lived it. Express everything that I knew how to do and everything that I wrote about, you know, whether they were social commentaries or love pieces and things like that. But I know what I like to do, and that is love pieces. That is what I primarily enjoy doing. I do it for no other reason but because I like doing it. And that's what I did, and that's why I designed The Alchemist to be a storytelling piece. And I wanted this album to be very much an experience, and so that's why the beginning of the album starts with an instrumental and the end of the album ends with an instrumental, and I felt like that sort of told a story, if you will, told a story. So the main difference with the two albums, this one's shorter, it is, but I think the content is much more in the pocket, and I really had a clear idea of what I set out to do. I really had a lot of growth in 2010, and I wanted this project to reflect such. I didn't sing that much on this album. I love singing. It's my first love. It is. And I decided that if the piece lent itself for me to sing, then I would sing on it. And if it didn't, I wouldn't. So on this album, what you can expect is one track where I sing. And I have no guests on this album. Everything you hear is me. Nobody else. Nobody. Nope. I had to think, just make sure I'm not telling tales. Everything you hear on The Alchemist is me. And let's see. Oh, I did have a guest producer, Sir Euro, a great Bay Area cat here who lent himself to produce a track called Apologies. That was a great experience, and I'm really proud of that track. It's very special, very special. Say It was the lead track from the album, and I was very, very happy with the response, and people seemed to really, really like that track. And then I went ahead and released Mood Ring, and Mood Ring is the one that I sing on, and I like that track a lot too. It's very hard. People ask me, what is your favorite? And it changes. What I say is my favorite today may not be my favorite tomorrow. Currently, my favorite is Bittersweet Part 1. I think last week it was Murder. So it changes and changes. I hope you all like it. I think there's something for everyone. I'm completely and utterly myself and very comfortable with this project. I'm very proud of it as well, and the production is very beautiful. Of momentary yet infinite yearning, your aura dingles delicately from my wrists, like glistening jewels of love, reflecting the rhythm of my heart. Precious, precious as the gifts bestowed upon my body, and on that wintry night when our intertwined and took flight, and I made you say. You like an invisible poem scribed across your flesh, haikus of desire written in ink of fire, embedding themselves unto you for infinity. See, my hands are tied. I can try to lie and attempt to deny, but I am bound by the velvet like ribbons to you. Even when you do the things you do, my memory is selective and self-edits the moments of indifference. Maybe I see me inside of those times where my heart is a casualty, when we are at war with our conscience, and the art of war ain't never ever pretty. Even as we battle the natural innate instinct to love, for it is as natural